Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm over here hanging out at the light table. It's currently Thursday night, or actually, technically speaking, it's Friday morning. I got a few items listed today, and I hit the dump earlier, and I got those snowshoes. My dad and I watched a movie tonight called Bernie. It's a 2011 film, and it was fantastic. I've never seen it before. It was a recommendation from my good friend Mike out in California. Appreciate you, Mike. I would definitely recommend it. It's actually a true story. Today ended up being the best sales day in quite a while. There's still a couple hours left in the day, so the number could change. But currently, we're up to about $369 in sales today. I ended up selling a total of 9 items today. One of the items that I sold was this vintage Stovetop camping percolator. I picked this up for free at the local dump. It's only been listed for maybe a month or two, and the buyer paid $21.95 plus $12.70 shipping. This is a really good sale right here. If you guys remember, I picked up this Alienware laptop case. It's just a great big old laptop backpack. I put it up there for $69.95 or best offer. The shipping on this, I knew it was going to be expensive. I already had a guy message me talking about how pissed off he was and how I was trying to scam people. I'm like, look, dude, this thing is big, and the only way that I can get it down to 12 by 12 by 12 is by bending it all up, and I just can't do that. So I even put in the description that, you know, it's just oversized and the shipping's going to be expensive. I ended up having a buyer tonight send me an offer of $55 plus, I believe, $26 shipping, and I accepted. So the profit on this should be 50 bucks. I've got 2-day handling time on this, and I believe I could probably get this shipped cheaper with FedEx for about 20 bucks. It was probably about a month or two ago I picked up a bunch of Ware blue Snowflake dishes. You guys might have saw that video. It was probably about 40 or 50 pieces, all the same pattern. I already sold the smaller bowls last week. These are the soup bowls, and it's a set of 6. They sold for $21.95 plus the buyer paid shipping. This is a really nice outdoor bag made by a company called Maxpedition. I found this bag the first time I ever went to that auction house tag sale. That was the sale where I believe it was the top 5 places where I've ever got the most stuff at one time. I ended up paying, I believe, $70, and I got nearly $1,000 worth of merchandise. It was back in May, so 6 months ago. I believe this is actually the last item from that lot. I've sold a bunch of stuff from that lot. Some of the items I've sold for 50 or 100 or more. It was just a lot of really good stuff. I actually picked up 2 Vitamixes that day and made like 500 bucks just on the parts and stuff on that. This had a lot of watchers on it, and I had to eventually take the price down a little bit, but it's sold to somebody overseas. It's going through the global shipping program, and it sold for $49.99 plus the buyer paid $13.55 shipping. So I hope they enjoy it. There's this book called The Useful Things. It talks about stuff like home ec and, you know, just stuff they don't teach in school anymore. I picked this up at the local dump. It used to sell for more money, but I guess the price came down. I ended up selling it for $15 free shipping. I sold that big box over there. In that box was that CB radio, and I just listed that a day or two ago. I picked that up at the local dump a couple of months ago, and it's been sitting right here in front of my light table, and it was just getting in my way. Every time I would move my foot, I would hit it, and I finally decided the other day that I'm just going to take photos and list it as is or for parts, and I put it up there for 30 or best offer. Somebody sent me an offer of 25 plus shipping, and I went ahead and just took it because, you know, it was free. But anyway, it's all packed up and ready to go. I sold this vintage Oscar food processor. In the past, I usually just sell the bowl, but this was in such nice condition that I decided just to sell the whole thing. It did take a long time to sell, but it ended up selling for $25 plus shipping, and I probably paid about $3 for this. This is an Oxo Measuring Cup. It does show some signs of wear and tear, but looks like it's in good usable condition. I picked this up at a garage sale back in the summertime. I couldn't find anything at this lady's house to buy, but I did find this, and it was 50 cents. This sold for $9.95, plus the buyer paid $9.10 shipping. And the last thing that sold was this set of vintage Foley measuring spoons. These are plastic, almond color. I'm not sure where I picked these up. These might have just come in a box full of old kitchen items, or I might have got them at the Salvation Army for like 35 or 40 cents. But they ended up selling for $12.50 with free shipping. But for now, that's all that I've got going out. I'm going to go ahead and pack this stuff up because it's almost 1:30, and it's probably going to take me about an hour and a half to do this, and I don't want to have to worry about doing it in the morning. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and let you know that today's been a fantastic day in sales, and I think a lot of it has to do with I'm just pushing out those listings. So I would say if your sales are slow, maybe just start listing and see if it doesn't, improve your sales. Hey, good Saturday morning to you. I'm over here at the light table, and your friend Big Josh is getting ready to test these VHS tapes. These are the ones that I got the other day at the Salvation Army, and I think I actually got this at the Salvation Army a while back too. And, I've got some other media items that I'm hoping to get listed today. I'm actually really proud of myself. I've been picking items directly around the light table and just taking them and photographing them and even listing them. And in some cases, even selling them, like that CB radio the other day. And it makes me happy because I'm making more space over here, because I've got things in the mud room, like some false craft dishes and other items that I need to get listed because they're actually in Mr. K's way. And he's been getting just brutally mean with me about it, so I'm trying to go ahead and, work on that. But I keep telling him I've only got 2 hands. I talked to Tom last night, and he was talking about possibly going to the dump today. So if I hear from him, I might be rolling out there, and maybe we can find some goodies. I definitely got to go to my dump today, and I've got to drop off that Alienware laptop case. I found a Chewy box that holds it perfectly in place. I just got to drop it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure all of these guys are working, and I'll talk to you guys shortly. Alright, so I finished testing these VHS tapes. I took some photos of some of the software, and I just started taking photos of this Quicken software. If you guys watch my previous videos, you'll know that I picked up this Quicken over at a lonely garage sale towards the end of the summer. It was $1, and it's 2014, and I think they sell for like 60, 70 bucks. But what I didn't know when I opened it, they've got like ones from 2013, there's one from 2012, and there's a home and business from 2005. Now, because sometimes people are trying to file their taxes from years and years ago for whatever reason, some of these go for really, really good money if they're older. You've got people selling them for $25. I mean, people are selling one for, that's a 2017 for like $78. There's a 2016 for like 65 bucks. I think the one I have sells for like 50 or 60 bucks. But I might be able to sell all of these individually, and that's what I think I'm going to try to do. So that is an idea. If you guys do see some old Quicken software, you probably wouldn't even consider picking it up, but it might be worth looking into. Anyway, back to work. Alright guys, it is about 12:30, and I'm getting ready to head over to the local dump. I gotta take this big trash can full of beer cans, and I've got to be discreet. Ain't no damn way in hell I'm gonna be able to get out of the dump with all those cans without somebody either A, calling the ambulance, or B, an interventionalist. Hey, how you doing? I'm over here at the light table, and I just gathered some items that sold between yesterday and today, and I wanted to show them to you before I get them packed up. I sold this shower filter yesterday. I got this at the Salvation Army this past week. I paid $2.55 for it, and it sold for $19.50 with free shipping. This will go in a priority flat rate envelope. I sold 3 bars of this Ahava moisturizing soap. I picked these up at the Salvation Army. I believe they were 50 cents a box minus discount, and they took about a month or two to sell, but they sold for $29.95 with free shipping. I found this Trapper Keeper at a garage sale in Brattleboro. It was probably back in August, and I ended up paying $3 for it, and it sold for $24.95 with free shipping. This will probably cost between $10 and $12 to ship. I sold this vintage Ware serving platter. It's the blue Snowflake design. I think I picked up like 30 or 40 pieces of this Corel design at the local dump. This one sold for $10.95 plus shipping. This came from those same set of dishes. It's a Ware Pyrex creamer. This doesn't sell for much. It only sold for $9.95 free shipping, and I'm going to have to get this wrapped up real well. It ended up selling for only $9.95 with free shipping. I took an offer on this vintage Foley strainer. I believe it's from the 50s or 60s. It's been sitting around for a very long time. I ended up taking an offer on it of $12.50 free shipping. I listed this item today. It's a copy of Microsoft Home, Office, and Student 2007. It ended up selling for $20.95 with free shipping, and I'll end up using media mail for this. I found this little item at Tom's Dump several months ago. It's like a little Donald Duck string doll. It does have some damage, and the string's going to probably have to be replaced because, you know, it's all tangled up and everything. It's still an interesting piece, and the lady told me that it was for her nephew, who is absolutely in love with Donald Duck. I had it up there for $40. It's been listed for quite a long time and not a whole lot of activity. The lady asked me what the best I could do was, and I ended up just letting her have it for $20 plus shipping. I guess that'll just have to be my good deed of the day. I didn't pay anything for it. I'm trying to clear up some space, so it's all good. I sold this original DS. It's been listed for a long time. It has a broken hinge, so it's being sold for parts. I took a best offer on it of $25 plus $5 shipping. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find the power cable anywhere, and it's supposed to be included. So I messaged the buyer, and I told him that I'd be willing to take $5 off of the total or refund him the purchase amount. So I'm waiting to find out what he wants to do. I have absolutely no idea where that cable could have gone. It should be on the shelf with this where it was supposed to be, but unfortunately I just can't seem to find it. I sold this part off of a vintage Champion juicer. I found the juicer at the dump probably about 6 months ago, and I believe this is the last part to sell. It sold for $25 plus $5 shipping. And the last thing that I sold up till right now is this copy of Quicken 2014. I just listed this item today. I listed it for $69.95 plus shipping, and somebody purchased it. In the box was also a copy of 2013, 2012, and 2005. They were just the disc only. I listed 2 of them for $29.95 plus shipping and 1 for $24.95 or best offer plus shipping. I ended up paying $1 for this at a lonely garage sale, so I think this is definitely a good find. What I really want to do is get these items packed up as best as I can. The last thing I want to do is worry about having to pack all this stuff up tomorrow morning. Although on Mondays, my mailman rarely ever comes early. Usually it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I want to have them ready at 9. But before I jump out of here, I did go to the dump yesterday, and I picked up 4 items, and I wanted to show you guys what they were. So I picked up this Ninja coffee machine. It was a nice looking machine, and it looks like it has some really good parts. I saw that this part right here sells for about 30 bucks. I'm not sure how much these other parts sell for. I'm not going to sell this as a working unit. If you guys watch any of my videos, I'm not a big fan of selling stuff like this. I think you just have too many eggs in one basket. I just like to have a safer approach, which is selling parts. I should do okay with this. I ended up paying $2 for all of the items that I got. I also got this item. It's a no-flap ear wrap for dogs. I've had pretty good luck with stuff like this. This is a cooler time of the year, so maybe I can sell this for something. I wouldn't be surprised if I get like $10 or $15 for it. I got this book over there yesterday. I don't think it's really old. It's called The Story of Civilizations. Caesar and Christ. When I looked it up, it looked like this was selling for about $15. Alright, the last thing that I picked up was this Pandemic Legacy Season 1 Blue game. I thought this was going to be a good game. I don't know how it happened, but this thing, I looked it up wrong or something. This is maybe a $10, $20 game at best. And it looks like it might be missing some pieces, so this will probably just be going right back to the dump. So I guess that pretty much wraps up the items that I found Saturday and what I sold between yesterday and today. I would say today has been a pretty good day at over $200 in sales. I think though, even during the holidays, if you want to, make those sales, you're going to have to pump out those listings, which is what I plan on doing tomorrow. And really, I'm just going to keep pumping them out until the death piles are almost gone. Hey, good morning. I'm over here at the light table, and from last night until about 10 minutes ago, I had 2 sales come in. So I just wanted to throw that in the video because I'll probably be taking a few days off of video making. So the first item I sold was this Energizer PS3 charging dock. This came from that auction house tag sale. It ended up getting thrown in with a bunch of other items, so I'm not really sure how much it cost, but it sold for $15 plus shipping. And the last thing that sold was this little vintage toy shark. It's the one that I got over at Tom's Dump a while back. It's got some damage to the arm, but it finally sold for $15 plus shipping. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff packed up, and I'll talk to you guys later. In the last video, I mentioned that my friend Jim and I went to go see the Ghostbusters. I don't want to give out too much information on the movie, but I did want to let you guys know that I really enjoyed the movie. I'm a really big fan of the Ghostbusters from like 1984. It was actually the first movie that I ever remember watching. So I would say if you enjoyed the Ghostbusters as much as I did, go ahead and check it out. I think it was really well done. The graphics were great. Everything looked awesome. Without giving out too much information, if you do go and watch it, make sure you stay to the very end. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get to work, and we'll talk to you next time. You guys have a great night.
It has a gunner seat?